Alright, so welcome to the new section of this channel. I'm starting to make videos again. And this time it'll be different. As rather than just making videos and commentary over those videos so I can actually focus on my gameplay, rather than having to make commentary while making the gameplay, I've pre-recorded an episode of what I want to do. You know, I've pre-recorded something, then I've put it into this program on PlayStation that I got for free called Share Factory, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this video, I'm going to record this over just the thing in Share Factory. I think I'm going to start doing a clip system where I start a clip, stop it when it stops getting interesting, and then make a new clip when things start up again. System so I can add more stuff in between. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I'm just gonna get commentary over my footage. Doesn't have any commentary in it because I turned off the microphone on my controller, which I do sometimes in multiplayer games, you know. So we're just gonna watch this Battlefield 1 gameplay, so let's go. Desert Combat. So, I just called this because the map we play on is Sinai Desert. I play on this map quite a bit, actually. I generally say it's one of my favorites, just because, oh gosh, just because I don't play on many other maps, as you know. Not a lot of people play Battlefield 1, so there's not anymore, especially with the new Battlefield 1, Battlefield game coming out. Might already be out, I'm not sure. So it's hard to get more people on different maps. So Sinai Desert, I'd say, is one of my favorite, just because I have better experiences on this map than some of the others like I play. I mean, some of the other maps are good too, but I feel like a few of these maps, I'm not going to say anything because some people might actually like those maps that I don't really like. Yeah, so. Okay, so I'm going to be pointing out quite a bit of the flaws in Battlefield 1. And it's not because I don't like the game, it's because I find it funny to point out the flaws in a game rather than, like, everything. So we finally get into the match, which takes a while, I might add. It's not that big of an issue because it happens, you know. Hard to find player counts and get into lobbies with player counts with this amount of people, I guess you could say. Okay. So, I'm playing Assault here with a Model 10 Hunter shotgun, and I'd like to add that I do understand that it's worse after a nerf it got a while back, but it's still a pretty good shotgun. I like using it. I don't get that many kills in this gameplay though. So you notice I try to kill him with my 1911. I don't know why I did that. My brain is just primed to only use shotguns in super close range. The Hunter is made for longer ranges, but like I said, after that nerf, it just thrives in that really close range and just kind of sucks into the range. So I see the glint of that sniper scope a long ways away in the dune, so I decided to take an alternative approach to getting around. And then this is another problem with the game, traversal. I get that there's vehicles, but on certain maps and certain things, especially with the recharge and everything, it's hard to find them, so it takes a while to just get to the place, and by the time you get there, you die immediately because a sniper got a lucky shot on you. It's another thing. I will always somehow find like just a support player in a rock somewhere, or just see, or like die to a scout that's just on the rock. That game, especially on, okay, I'll just say it, Ardennes, is one of my least favorite maps. I think it's Ardennes. Because those buildings near the bridges, especially, the two bridges, especially, are a camping nightmare. I won't call it full out camping, but I swear there's like, per building, there's like 5 dudes in there. Like one support, couple snipers, couple just random assault guys that I don't understand why are in there, and like a 6 medic somewhere in the back that's half considering staying in there to help the people inside or running out to actually be an active member of combat. I have zero idea why I fired my 1911 there. But, you know the map I'm talking about with the bridges where the train rolls over it rolls under the bridges all the time? Yeah, that one? Yeah, those, I don't know, it might just be some about me getting unlucky with the servers I get, but those buildings, might as well just be tense with the amount of times I've died to somebody in those buildings. Like I feel like just a complaint there. There's like 70% of my deaths in those games are people in those buildings. Yeah. The time to kill is another thing, and I'll bring it up later. But I get this is supposed to be like realistic, kind of, where like, oh yeah, you can die in a very short amount of time. Yeah, and I get that, but with the amount of time, you have to wait 15 seconds, which is an eternity in a fast-paced game, fast-paced first-person shooter game like this. On top of the fact that you have to go all the way, that guy was just going in circles. I didn't know what he was doing. And this is just a nightmare right here. I'll get back to my complaint in a second, but this was just a nightmare. I jump onto barbed wire while trying to shoot that guy, get set on fire by a flare, and then run into a gas grenade and somehow killed by more barbed wire that was like a foot to my right, that I was just slightly touching. So yeah. But with all the time it takes to get to your location and other things and get into combat, it just sucks to die immediately to somebody that just runs up behind you with a 10A or like a Regal or something like that. Like the Regal, you know, the scout weapon you get at level 10. Yeah, the train came in, so I'm trying to shoot that, but I'm trying to get a good angle on it, but the way these houses are built on this map, it's kind of an issue. And I'm shooting at that turret, because I know you can disable it. Because every time I die to that turret right there. And then I die to some of the turrets in the back. Kind of like how... I find it funny how my body just... I get shot from the front and somehow I fumble forward over like the balcony. I know it's not a balcony, but the little like parapet things on top, whatever. You know, how the ceiling that you use as a floor, like, is under the walls. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and here's another problem. Yeah, the time to kill, and plus, this is a common complaint in several first-person shooters, actually. Not common, I've seen someone complain about it, like, once. And it's that you can't, like, the one thing that you need to hear, and I just jump out of instinct and then die, but I don't even know why that guy was getting so close to the train, but anyway.
We have lost objective.
How it's annoying how the one thing that isn't, like, super annoyingly loud is footsteps, and that's the one thing you need to hear. Because somebody attacking from behind, like, they give you no time to retaliate. They kill you too quick. Same thing with this situation. I get no time to retaliate, even if I ran instead of trying to fight back. And there's the Regal. I hate that thing. I hate facing against it. I haven't gotten to the level where I can use it, but I hate facing against it because I see it so much, despite it being such a high-level weapon, and die to it way too often because I've got nothing really that can touch it, you know? Just let me know. You can't, but if you could, I would ask you guys to let me know if like the MP18 or Tenet Hunter was better than the Regal, but I don't know. Anyway, the footsteps are the one thing that you can't hear in these kind of games. It just gets frustrating after a while. So I'll stop talking about many of the flaws. I just kind of wanted to get that out of the way. I find it funny to talk about those kind of things. So here I just kind of, this was kind of just meant to be, wait, did I just see that guy T-pose? I didn't even notice that. Was that guy T-posing or was I making that up? Anyway, I was probably making that up. That was meant to be a kamikaze mission, which would have worked better in Battlefield 5 because it's World War II, and kamikaze would have made sense, but that was meant to be my kamikaze mission to do a little more damage to the train. Which I do all the time when the behemoth shows up. I feel like everybody does it, where I just kind of kamikaze run at the behemoth and take it down. I don't know what that guy was doing a second ago. The guy I thought was T-posing, and that guy was like entering. He was like changing his mind about whether or not he wanted to go into the train. Anyway, so I fire a couple AT rocket shells over at the train, and then they start attacking me. And at the so I pull away. At the perfect time, this artillery truck shows up, and I face off and I shoot my shotgun out of instinct. That wasn't me being dumb. But anyway, I face off against these things fairly often, and it annoys me when they kind of snipe me. Like it's kind of annoying. I don't know. So I knew I was going for it, and luckily the guy didn't get out in time, and I was able to destroy the thing. Yeah. So here's another one of the classic Battlefield situations where you're just sitting there and you're just like, what do I do in this situation? I'm going to try to fight the train, that's what I came here for, but I realized that I have no ammo in my AT rocket gun, and I expended the rest of my 2 grenades on that truck, and the rest of my AT rocket shells on that truck. And I look back to it, kind of coincidentally, and that's the time to kill thing coming and biting me again. I try to escape into the ditch, like real World War One soldiers running into the trench, but I don't have time. I get killed at the last second. So that's the time to kill thing coming in again. Said I'd stop talking about it, but anyway. So I jump out of this thing. Surprises me how agile these soldiers are. And again, here's another one of those time to kill and not being able to hear footsteps type of thing. I don't get, especially in like some of the more modern games, they're wearing like heavy boots and stuff, like walking around in mud. How do I not hear them? Like, how do I not hear them? Especially when they're like sprinting at me.
We are losing objective Duff.
Yeah. So just at the last second I win as I pull out my AT grenade. And that was that. I had some trouble trying to exit here, but we don't need to watch that, honestly. You know what? We'll just do it, because that was the total time of the match. I now realize just now that would have been nearly a half an hour video if I did not get into an in-progress match. So I try to return to the menu, but it takes a second, and then... So I decide to cancel. You know what? Let's just skip through this. There. Go. So that was the video. That's the nice little outro I prepared. Well, I just choose one of the themes. Yeah, it's easy to use, Fear Factory Studio. That's why I decided to use it, so that's what most of my videos are gonna be. Got some new games recently, so I'll probably show you that in the future. I'm starting to make videos again, and yeah. So, hope you enjoyed. I need to work out, like, the, commenting system, how to fix that. So... otherwise I would ask you kind of like a history trivia question, but anyway, you can just think about it at home. I'll try to do something World War One related, but I know more about World War Two, so I'll just do one of those. So, so on D-Day, how many beach landing points were there? What nations were designated to land there? And what were those beaches called? Um, I would tell you to just look it up, but I'll probably just wait a second. I would put like a track here. Like, yeah, later in a video, I'm gonna have a layout and then a question type of thing, and then I'll put in like some stereotypical elevator music, and as I wait, and then I'll give you the answer. But okay, that's it. And we're done here. So there were five beaches. Americans landed at Utah and Omaha, the British at Golden Sword, and Canadians at Juneau. So I hope you liked that random history trivia question that nobody asked for, and have a nice day. See you later, guys. I'm finally back to making videos. It's been a while. But I think this is going to be better now that I have Cheer Factory. So, anyway, see you later. Bye. Bye. End communication.